Lacava. Yeah. Get the word together with that. Let's fucking keep it going for our next comic, Lil Mike. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? 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 Comedy in a coffee shop. How awesome is that? Ah, I'm smelling a lot of pumpkin spice. White people, how are we doing? Our favorite season coming up? You excited? This is the only time of the year where I allow myself to be a typical white, you know, blasting John Denver on the radio, wearing cardigans, feeling comfortable, watching horror movies. Yep. You know, when I was asked to do this by Feminist, he asked me to write a little bio for myself for like a little bit of advertising, right? Did anybody read that? Nobody read that? All right, I don't blame you. You know, because it was, when I first started writing it, it was really hard for some reason. I was like, why can't I figure this out? You know, it's just like, I had an easier time writing my first suicide note. Well, I'm a writer by heart, so you know we went like first draft, second draft, final draft, third revision. Well, is that joke too fucked up for here? I have a really fucked up sense of humor, I will admit. Like, I feel like I could have like one of those parental advisory stickers tattooed across my forehead. You know, like, warning, may say some dumb shit. It gets me into trouble a lot because, like, the other day my mom came home from visiting her friend, right? And she was telling me that her grandfather, or her father, sorry, my mom's friend's father, you know, so he's obviously fucking old, was just taken out of hospice, into rehab, put back into hospice, then taken out again. And he's gonna make a full recovery. And I said, oh, that's great. He's gonna live to die another day. I mean, it's technically true. You know, like, I'm just gonna open up a little bit tonight. You know, I'm an electrician by trade. You know, this is, you know, something I do want to make a career out of, but like, I think I'm a better electrician than I am a comedian. And I gotta tell you, after 5 years of working in the electric trade, I gotta say something really brutally honest. It's the gayest shit I've ever fucking done in my life. And I've done a lot of gay shit. I've sucked trans dick in a gender-neutral bathroom, okay? I'm a goddamn ally. Thank you, handicap stall. Well, that's what it's there for. You can use those side rails for power thrusting. That's what all the space is for. But no, like, I'll give you an even better example. Like, this is how it all started out. So like, when I got to the job, right, it was Pride Month. And one of the other apprentices I was working with took the air valves off of my boss's truck and replaced them all with little dicks. Alright, so that's funny, right? Now, my boss is actually a joker as well, so he decided to buy us all bumper stickers. Now you might be thinking that's innocent. Remember, it was Pride Month. So there were all bumper stickers that would say something like, I heart getting pegged, I heart furries. Well, what one did I get? I heart getting bukkakied. If you don't believe me, you can meet me in the dumpster at the Wawa parking lot up the road. $20 is $20. And, you know, again, it gets better from there because, you know, like I said, I work as an electrician, and he called us all one day, all the apprentices, all hands on deck to install this like big meter main paneling, right? Like the kind of thing where like you have two guys on the bottom lifting it, two guys on the front pushing against the wall, and one guy just taking his fucking time drilling it in. Yeah, take your fucking time, not like we have anywhere else to be. But anyway, so I get in there, two of the other apprentices are like just jostling around, like, you know how guys are just like jostling around, and then finally he gets him like holding him like this, and he's like, Mike, rape him. So I run up behind him, and I grab him, and I pick him up like this, and I proceed to do my best Mike Tyson impression, and I go, I'ma fuck you till you love me, fatty! Now, before you get mad, remember that was not me saying it. That was Mike Tyson saying it. Remember that Mike Tyson, scary, post-prison, early 2000s Mike Tyson? Like, it's not like this current Mike Tyson who's like, I do muffins and I have a podcast and I sell wheat products. Which, to be fair, that is the best thing he could have done because they are in the shape of Evander's ear. But, you know, and we just gotta admit, like, straight guys in the room, can we just admit that we do the gayest shit? Like, we all do, like, because only straight dudes could come up with a game called Ookie Cookie. Now I see some confused faces. I will gladly explain. Ookie cookies were a bunch of guys who will get together and proceed to bukkake, let's say, a graham cracker, also known as Jiskit or Cabana cracker or double stuffed Oreo, whichever floats your boat. But like I said, only straight dudes could come up with that, right? Because no straight woman will come up with a game like Snatch Match. Again, I sense some confusion. If you're wondering what that is, that's where all of you get all your girlfriends together to have like a bake sale, and you bake it from Snatch. Now, I will admit, that bit used to end there. But there has been some developments as of late. Because somebody, and I won't name names, Keenan, complained on the job site about all the gay shit that's going on in the job, right? And like, look, I am openly bisexual, right? So they were complaining that they felt uncomfortable, right? Which I understand, most people aren't comfortable with other people's sexuality. But then little comes to know that he used to make those same exact fucking jokes with all of us. So then he tried to backtrack and say, oh, he was offended on behalf of me. I'm like, again, if anybody would say something and be offended by it, it would be me. But he's like, oh, they were ganging up on me. Of course, I'm the youngest guy on the site. Of course it's the gangbang, right? Did you see the sticker on the back of my truck? So the CEO actually came out on the job site and said, this is not professional. This is uncharacteristic behavior. We should not be acting like this. We foster a team and family environment. And then he looked at my boss's truck, looked at Kyle, looked back at this, and said, did you do this on purpose? And he said, no, but I can't jerk you off right now. By the way, if you want to know what happened to them, he did take them off, and I have them at home. It's a nice little collection. It kind of goes from an order of size, black, white, and then Donald Trump. It's life size. Oh. And again, the sticker, I'm surprised my boss didn't see the sticker either, because that actually got me in trouble just last week. I went to my girlfriend's house to see her parents, right? And her sisters had just finally come down. So for like first time in like say whatever, how long it was, her sisters and her mom were all together. It was a great family fun festivities. The nieces and nephews were running in and out of the house. And all was fine, well and good. Until one of them came up to us and said, what's a bukkake? And I said, stand back everybody, stand back. I'll field this one. All right, listen little children, gather around, gather around. All right. I'm going to tell you something honestly. Bukkake is the Japanese word for glazed donut. Go, my little children! Go take your knowledge to your friends at school. So that you can tell your friends. And that the one kid who doesn't have parental supervision and no child locks on their computer can look it up late at night and scar the rest of you the next day. Just coming into school like, all right, bukkake. What the fuck? That's not a glazed donut, but that person sure is glazed. She's gonna be really sticky. I guess I'm into this now. Is that fucked up? Like, I'm sorry, like honestly that does give me like a little sick, warm feeling of like entertainment, like pure schadenfreude. By the way, I am German. Not like, that German, but like good enough German. I'm not gonna be at a Trump rally anytime soon. Anybody think I'm a piece of shit yet? No? I know. I'm working on it. Anybody else working on it? Anybody else feel like they're a piece of shit? Come on, don't leave me hanging or I'll smell you all in here. There you go. I find myself, I am working on it because like, the other day, my girlfriend and I decided to go to a farmer's market because that's a typical girlfriend thing to do. Like, oh yeah, let's pay $20 for a bucket of strawberries. And at the intersection, there was a homeless guy. And he was like trying to get my attention, right? And I'm like, don't look at him in the eye. He's gonna ask for something. Don't look him in the eye. And he started waving this rag around. I'm like, no, don't look at him. Don't look at him. And then he went up to the window, started tapping on the window. I'm like, I don't need to watch. He's like, no, watch. And he started doing this like cheap ass magic trick, right? And he like made the rag just, it's just a simple hand magic trick. And I saw like, I rolled down the window. I said, yeah, good job, bro. You know what? Here's a water bottle, because that's all I had to just get him out of there. And he's like, he stuck his head in my window. At that point, I felt threatened. And he was like, yeah, man, I'm a magician. I've been trying to get to Vegas for 35 years. I'm like, going the wrong way, buddy. And he was like, yeah, you mind if I tell you a shitty joke? I'm like, sure, go ahead. He's like, what's the difference between a meat and a fish? And I'm like, what? He's like, you can't beat a fish, but you can beat your meat. I'm like, all right. He's like, hey, I smell weed. Now, I am a smoker. I'll smoke when I drive. I had a roach in my ashtray. So looking at him, looking at my roach, I gave it to him. And he ran off. He's like, thanks, man. I'm fired up. And all I could think of is, if he gets hit by a car, maybe I can get my roach back. Thank you for your time.
Keep it up and down,